Now, what is a controlled stop?
Is that when I can stop gently?
Would you check any mirrors before you do that?
There's a child in front. Well, I suppose I should check that one.
Stop. Oh, good lord. Okay, so Sophie, what is an emergency stop?
If I have to stop him in an emergency.
What could be that emergency?
Kid runs out in the road.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of little kids with the colourful summer clothes just trying to run away from their parents on the path. I mean, kids are vulnerable, so there is a possibility that they can just start crossing. So if you're coming to a situation where you have got a child that suddenly runs in the road, what are you going to do?
I thought slam on the brake. That was the accelerator.
So you move off the accelerator and come on the brake as quickly as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you check any mirrors before you do that?
There's a child in front. Well, I suppose I should check that one, but in a panic situation, I'd just not.
You want to save the life of that child.
Okay.
That's the most important thing that you can think of, because they can kick a ball and then squeeze in between the parked cars to just get that ball.
Yeah.
So as a driver, you need to be very alert of the situation. Now, what is a controlled stop?
Is that when I can stop gently?
A controlled stopping is also called an emergency stop.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So when I say controlled stop is if 1 out of 5 tests are doing an emergency stop, because they've lowered down the number of emergency stops in the driving test since the new law has come in. Now, a control stop is where the examiner is going to make an environment for you where you would be doing an emergency stop, but it's in a controlled environment. Okay? So the way it's going to work is the examiner is going to park you up like so. And then the examiner will say, okay, Sophie, in a minute, we're going to do a control stop, also known as emergency stop, something that you've done with your driving instructor.
Okay.
He's going to then say to you is, when you're going to move off, I am going to give you a signal like this. Stop.
Okay.
When I'm going to give you a signal, I would like you to stop as quickly as you possibly can.
Okay.
Now, before giving that signal, it is a legal responsibility for the examiner to check the surroundings.
Okay.
So you will see the examiner. So you moved off, and now the examiner is going to spin his body around like this and like that.
Make sure I'm not actually putting anyone in danger.
Yes, so it is his responsibility to check the surrounding before making you do an emergency stop.
Okay.
Because you're doing it under his order, or his what he said you to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, wait until he gives you a signal like this. He's also going to say stop before you're going to stop the car.
Okay.
Now, say he's spin around and he's noticed a biker coming from behind, a wheelie bike or a motorbike or even a car coming, and he's seeing that they're a bit close from us. It is very unlikely that he's going to make you do an emergency stop then.
Unless he's got something against him.
Yeah. So it's very unlikely they're going to do the emergency stop. They're going to just carry on driving, and they will probably say to you, so sorry, Sophie, unfortunately we won't be able to do your emergency stop today. Just drive off as normal. Okay? And they will find some other time to do it. But then again, they have to do the procedure of parking you up, going over it again, and then giving you an emergency stop. Okay? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So let me talk to you about a few times why people have done the emergency stop and they've actually failed that bit, or they were unsuccessful on that bit.
Okay.
So one of the reason, what reason do you think that might be somebody that failed doing an emergency stop?
Slow reaction time.
Yeah. So maybe under panic, they've either, rather than moving from the accelerator to the brake, they lift up their foot from the accelerator and went on the yes. So that could be one of the reaction. Slow reaction, the movement from the accelerator to the brake was very, very slow. Yeah. Obviously the car may just run over that child.
Yeah.
What could be the other reason?
Pressing the accelerator instead of the brake.
That could be one of the reason. Any other reason?
Panicking, crying.
Think about observation point of view. So before making you do the emergency stop or the control stop, the examiner has checked all around him
Mhm.
before giving you a signal to stop.
Yeah.
Now, once you've stopped, what is the expectation from you?
I guess to make sure nobody's around me before I set off again.
Absolutely. So the control environment is actually finished when they've said to you, stop, and you've stopped.
Okay.
After that, you are basically setting off from zero.
Will he say that I can set off again?
So when you've done your emergency stop, the driving examiner is going to say, thank you very much, Sophie. I will not ask you to do this again. Drive off whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Okay? So the expectation is you don't move from the brakes to the accelerator. You don't keep the brakes loose. You keep firm pressure on the foot brake so the car is not moving.
Yeah.
It is now your responsibility to check your surroundings, including your blind areas, before you move off.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. So shall we have a go at one?
Let's do it.
Okay. Stop.
Oh, good lord.
Thank you very much, Sophie. I will not ask you to do this again.
Okay.
Drive off whenever you're ready.
Was that too heavy or was that okay?
This is how it's supposed to be.